A world turned upside down. A luxury cruise liner strikes a massive rock. It shudders to a stop, begins listing heavily, then starts to sink.
The fear was basically, it was terrifying to a point, because especially what really terrified us is, well, how when panic started.
Dean and Georgia Ananias and their two daughters were among the 4,200 plus passengers and crew on board the Costa Concordia. 32 people died that night. The Ananias family, waiting over 5 hours for rescue, said their goodbyes thinking they too would perish. One investigation found the ship's captain, Francesco Schettino, failed to order abandoned ship in a timely manner.
If they had trained their personnel to know what to do and gave the word to evacuate, everybody wanted to get on those lifeboats. I guarantee you everybody would have survived.
While changes to procedures and technology have been made to the cruise line and across the industry, some say it's not enough. Industry watcher Cruise Critics says standards of employment, training, and evaluation of cruise line staff at all levels can be better and be made more consistent. Any day now, an Italian prosecutor is expected to request that 9 Concordia officers and crew, including the ship's captain, face criminal charges. Today, the Costa Concordia is a fixture on the landscape. On Google Earth, it looks like a surreal man-made island. The cruise line hopes to raise and remove the ship this summer.
All right, Miguel is with me now. I mean, Miguel, since the disaster, what sort of things have changed for the industry? I mean, you look at technology, anything to make it safer.
Yeah, the Costa Cruise Line has put in more GPS technology into their ships, so they know exactly where they are. That was one problem that night. Industry-wide, there's been 10 different things that have been implemented across the board, everything from more life vests in public areas to tying down of heavy objects on ships to doing those muster drills or those emergency demonstration drills before the ship leaves port. All those sort of things are in play. And there are more reports to come from agencies, so we may see more changes to the industry ahead, Aaron.
And Miguel, what about the company? When you talk about that they've made some specific changes on GPS, but the company that owns the Costa Concordia, I was trying to remember where I was recently, but I saw an ad for some cruises that they're trying to launch, I think, in the Middle East. How has this affected their business?
Well, Carnival owns the massive U.S. and London-based company owns the Costa line, the cruise line, and that company was hit very hard. Its CEO said it was the worst year that they had coming out of that tragedy, but they're starting to turn around. They lost a lot of money. They cut prices for cruises in that first year. The last quarter of this last year, though, they made about $100 million, so they came out of the red into the black finally, and it looks like they're turning things around. But it's interesting that the prices for Carnival cruises are still lower than other cruise lines and cruises out there, so they're still feeling the effects of the Costa Concordia, but all signs are they're moving ahead of it. Their stock prices certainly gained since the disaster as well, Aaron.